Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 22nd of April. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Front and center, most interesting chart of the day is the Bitcoin chart. Now, obviously, we broke up a couple of days ago from the declining resistance, and we're now testing the declining resistance here, and we are breaking, on the double bottom resistance here, and we're breaking up slightly from it. I'm watching this with enormous interest. It's a very nice looking double bottom, and it could really deliver, and it would have a target between 101.4 and about 103.8, and this is looking really nice. And we've got, in the short term, we've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed. I'm thinking we might see a bit of a retracement. And looking at the Solana chart, we are, of course, in an area where we can start forming the right shoulder that I was postulating when I drew this chart, which would be coming up to here, then see a bit of a decline here, and then go up. But these could both very much be on track. Let's have a quick look at the weekly chart on Bitcoin, where we're reaching double bottom resistance, and obviously I've got the weekly middle band, which is an important support and resistance level, not too far above at 91,900. I'm liking the chances of reaching that for a test, but obviously it could fail there. On the daily chart, we're breaking over the 200 DMA. I've got that at 88,362. I think we could see a little more chop here while we are getting over that, but I'm thinking the odds of that converting are pretty good. And if that does convert, then, and we can get over the weekly middle band, then, well, I'm liking the upside. And we've got decent targets above with a very nice looking double bottom breaking up. Solana, on the daily chart, we have, I'm just updating it to get the last half hour. Obviously, we're well above the 50 DMA. We're well above the middle band. We've been testing the upper band here. I've got the 200 DMA a long way above, but I'm thinking we've got a shot at making it. That's at a 181, and if we have a look at the hourly chart on Solana, we haven't quite made it to the 147 I was looking for. We made it up to 145, but if we're going to turn down and see a right shoulder form for an IHS, this would be a good time to see that. And that target, that IHS, this would target be slightly lower because we didn't get quite high enough here, but we'd still be talking about a target in the 190 area and pretty close to the 50% retracement in the 195 area. I really like the setup from a Fibonacci point of view. I really like it from a number of perspectives. And if we are going to see crypto turn into a flight to safety destination, which I'm thinking is very possible here, over a period where we may well be seeing a lot of trouble in the bond market. So I'm thinking we may well make that, and it's possible we could actually be starting a new leg up, which I'll be watching with great interest. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum has been slower. But obviously Ethereum's got structural problems. We talked about those before. We're still testing the daily middle band on Ethereum. On the hourly chart, we have not been seeing a lot of action in terms of getting up to the possible IHS neckline. It has barely moved. But I mean, in the bigger picture, we haven't talked about the possibility that Ethereum's not going to be around for much longer, because basically everything it was expected to do, Solana does cheaper and better. So the question is, why do we have Ethereum at all? Ethereum's got structural issues. But nonetheless, we are seeing at least some bit of upside. I don't think this IHS is going to play out, though. I like the one on Solana and the way that's been developing. Ethereum, we're looking at something else. So we will see how that goes. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions, of which we don't have any I haven't answered yet. So I'm wondering about a reversal here. We've got an hourly RSI 14 sell signal fixed on Bitcoin, and this is a credible area where we could form the right shoulder that I was talking about on the Solana IHS that may be forming here. I'm thinking we could see a bit of a pullback here, maybe a back test here of the broken resistance trend line, currently in about the 85,000 area, well, 85 to 85,500 area. So I'm thinking we might see a little bit of a pullback for that, but after that, I'm still liking more upside. And if this turns into a flight to safety destination, then we could be seeing a lot more upside over coming weeks. Think about gold and think about how that might look on Bitcoin. Because really, I think Bitcoin's one of the, I'm going to be doing a post talking about the likely replacements if the US dollar doesn't stop being a reserve currency, but just goes down to, let's say, 30% rather than the current 57% of international transactions. I'm thinking I'm a big beneficiary of that. is already gold, and I think another one could be crypto. We will see how that develops. All right, cheers. In that case, that's a wrap. I will catch you guys again tomorrow. And fingers crossed, we'll be going up today because that's my preferred equity scenario. All right, cheers, guys.